Dan Zinda has always loved nature. He always spent time with his family outdoors, combining his two loves. And after many years, he finally loves his profession. He was in manufacturing from 2002 to 2009, and he felt the wrath of massive layoffs. And his resume had a new job on it almost every year.
You know, you'd see the work orders start, the pile getting lower and lower, and you just know what's coming up in the next, couple weeks. Time to start looking again. You never had that comfortable feeling of just, hey, this is it. Family life, everything was pretty much, really stressful.
Things would be going along smoothly for a year or two, and then the hours would start getting cut and you start getting nervous. It was very, there was a lot of insecurity in our lives during that time.
Dan's family life has settled down. It's less stressful now, but it took Dan's final layoff back in 2009 to finally force him to change his life.
I was just so tired of it. I was done, with the same industry, just not panning out anymore.
For starters, he had to get out of the manufacturing field.
I heard about the workforce development program with just going back to school, looked into what they covered. It was kind of a no-brainer for me. Just, okay, they're going to cover it. I never had the time or the money before to do it. And we discussed it briefly because I knew I had to jump into it right away. And it was time. Let's try web development.
Dan enrolled at Moraine Park Technical College for 2 years. He went full-time, determined to pave a better life for him and his family, always wondering if it was going to pay off.
I've got a year left. What am I going to do now? Am I going to find a job? Okay, now I have 6 months left. Am I going to find a job?
Going back to school didn't come without huge sacrifice. Dan's boys had to march to their own beat, as Dad spent day and night studying for a new life. This involved a lifestyle change for the entire family, and Dan's 3 boys heard a common word.
No, no, no. And it's not like we spoiled them before, but it was still just the little things that just weren't happening. And then that amount of time was also difficult, where you gave up 2 years of life with your kids, going on vacations, just they get home from school. Hey, let's go do something. Now I got to do homework.
Knowing I had to kind of pick up some of the pieces financially, I was ready for that. So it's been 2 years of working more for me, being at home less with my kids.
After 2 grueling years of studying, sacrificing precious family time, personal sacrifices by the entire family, Dan's day had finally come, May 21st, 2011. Only one word describes what it meant to witness Dan getting his diploma.
Exhilarating, really. I mean, there were over 500 graduates, so he was just a little ant in the mess. But we were in the stands, his mother and my mother and the kids and I, and when he went up and got his diploma, the kids yelled, "Way to go, Dad!" really loud, and everyone looked, and it was just, they were proud of him, we were proud of him, it was just great.
The next chapter in Dan's life was to find a job. He searched through Craigslist, and he finally found an opening at Williams Bay Media. Luckily, the owner of this company had a personality type in mind to fill his web developer position. He wanted someone with life experience.
They could offer you suggestions in your day-to-day activities, even on some of the technical aspects or ways to do things more efficiently, just based on their experience, like Dan in manufacturing. I'm sure he brought some of those examples and some of that life experience here. And that was it. He just appreciates, he respects, and diligent, and he cares.
There's an extra bounce in Dan's step each day when he goes to work now. He goes to a job that interests him. He knows it's a growing field. He knows what he's been through and where he wants to go.
I think things are going to work out. I'm really got a good attitude toward it, and I have to make it work.